What if you could type a single command in order to get a complete SEO analysis for any website you want to analyze, like keyword analysis, cannibalization issues, conversion gaps, a complete site audit, and much more. And all of that based on real data coming from the Google Search Console, Google Analytics, and other external APIs such as data for SEO and so forth. And I built exactly that. So it's a multi-agent system that consists out of several agents. And all of them are also connected to the APIs for the Google Search Console, which means they can pull real data, they can analyze it. And of course, these agents have also the capabilities of interpreting the data. And after all of that, they can also take care of saving the data to Google Drive so that you don't have to stick around in a chat window or on the terminal. And in this video, I will demo the 4 skills for the analytics part based on my own website. And for that, we will start with the first command, which is the Google Search Console report. So I can simply call the skill at my own site, which is in this case Mavomatic. And after that, Claude takes care of calling the right skill with the right agents. Every single agent has also its own system prompt in order to make the sites more reliable. And as you can see, quite fast. We have the key observations, but also already analyzed data, which has been pulled from the Google Search Console. So we have, if we scroll to the top, key KPIs like the total clicks, impressions, average click-through rate, the top queries, top pages, device breakdown, top countries. And in case I want to go one step further, then I can also call the keyword analysis skill. And while this is running, I can also explain what happens in the background. The overall architecture is quite simple. This system can work with multiple websites because within the sites directory, we can define site-specific parameters like the property URL for the Google Search Console, the brand tone, competitors, what kind of content you want to produce, and much more. Which also means that this system is not generic, and instead it has always context for the specific website or in general for your clients. Which also means if you invoke any of the skills like creating a report based on the data from the Google Search Console, Google Analytics, keyword analysis, or also the combined insight skill that takes data from the Google Search Console, but also from Google Analytics, and then merge this data in order to reveal even more insights like conversion rate metrics, but also the bounce rate and much more. And to make the overall results even better, there are also specific sub-agents that are responsible for specific tasks like content creation, content analysis, content optimization, keyword analysis, but also for other tasks. And now comes the most important part, which is here under services, because we want to have a system that is reliable, but also deterministic. And for that, we don't want to let AI generate some random data. And instead, these agents know exactly which methods they have to call in order to fetch data from the Google Search Console, Google Analytics, but they have also access to other methods, for instance, to the pandas package, so that if the agent does some calculations, it won't spend any tokens on, for instance, creating the average from a specific column, and instead it uses a method that can already do that. As an example, let's say you query some data from the Google Search Console API, and then you want to have the total clicks, and the agent does not use a large language model to calculate the total clicks, and instead it knows I do have a data frame with a column clicks, and in order to get the total clicks, I can simply call the method sum, which is available in the pandas package. And this simple system here is already the foundation for creating multi-agent systems, not only for search engine optimization, but also for other areas. So in case you want to build something similar for another use case, then these 4 pillars are already enough. So some kind of configuration data to give context and make it also scalable for multiple websites or whatever you're using. Skills that can be either invoked by yourself or from an agent. And of course, the agent itself, as well as methods that are written in any programming language. So in this case, I'm using Python. And to give you another example for a skill, let's use the combined insight skill, also on the website Mavomatic. And if we execute it, then in the background, Claude takes care of fetching data from the Google Search Console, but also from Google Analytics. As you can see, it's here calling the Python script run from the combined insights folder. And after that, you get also a prioritized action item list, so recommendations what you should do next in general, but also other insights regarding the device performance, including KPIs for the conversion rate, ranking changes based on 2 time periods, And on the top, there's also a performance overview, which shows you the merge result from the Google Search Console data, but also from Google Analytics. And let's say I want to save this data because I want to analyze it in any other tool. For instance, a simple spreadsheet, call the skill export CSV. And then Claude Code takes care of fetching all the data, and then it will upload a CSV file to my Google Drive, where I am able to consume the data, but also use it in other systems. And in case I want to share the data, then this works as well much easier instead of working in a chat window or on a terminal. And while this is running, let me show you another feature which is really great. And it is that whenever you do something in the system here, then a changelog is generated, which is quite important because let's say you're using the system to analyze data from your Google Search Console, and then you get the recommendation to create a new article for a specific query. And let's say you did that and you execute the command 1 day later, then it will return most likely the same recommendation because the performance data will be really similar. But in order to avoid these issues, every site gets its own changelog. And whenever the system is going to do recommendation, then it checks always the changelog and checks what has been done in the last 2 or 4 weeks. So you can also configure that. And now, as you can see, the exporting works and we have different files for the performance overview, top pages, action items, cross insights, data from the Google Search Console. And let's say I want to check the top queries, and I can simply open this link here. And then you can continue working with this data, for instance, in Google Sheets. And of course, the system takes also care of saving the data in the correct folder so that you don't have, after using the system, a lot of different CSV exports for different sites. And instead, the code takes care of creating for every new site one folder, and then you have output, exports, reports. But in case you use the system also for content generation, then you would also have here another folder where you have all your articles. But another great thing is that this system is also able to publish new content directly to your WordPress website. And in case you want to learn how you can leverage tools such as Claude Code for search engine optimization, then feel free to subscribe to this channel, because in the following weeks, I will also cover content optimization, content generation, finding content gaps, but also really time-consuming tasks such as content planning. And of course, the most important part, in my opinion, which is the data analysis section, because once you have a system that is able to pull and also analyze data from different systems, then your agents will perform so much better because they have real data and can also give you recommendations that make sense. And if you want to use the system as well, then you can find it within my school community in the classroom Agentic SEO, because I will develop the system over the next weeks, which means there will be also different versions, where the goal is to have a system that can not only perform actions, but is also a really good sparring partner for anyone who's not familiar with SEO, because the system will already contain all the core knowledge. And that's it regarding this video. In case you have any questions regarding the system or you want to have a specific tutorial, then let me know and we will see each other in the next video.